White-Collar Crimes by De Castro Audrey, Hernandez Mark Joshua, Isabedro John Rovic, Latayan Mark Ace, Liwanagan Erica Joy, Marton Sugar, Ocampo Adrian, Ferres Lawrence, Sumadsad Rosa. White-Collar Crimes. Edwin Sutherland defined white-collar crime as criminal acts committed by a person's respectability and high social status in the course of his or her occupation.
Okay. White-collar crime can include quite large crimes. At the end of the day, it can be clearly said that they cause much bigger crimes than the most criminals we call thieves and watch on the news every day. And they do quite a huge of damage to the property with the money they kidnap or launder. So, ito yung klase ng crime na ang mismong nakakataas ang may kapangyarihan sa lipunan. Yung mismong ang gumagawa ng krimen.
Forms of white-collar crimes.
Corporate crimes, the violation of a criminal statute either by a corporate entity or by its executives, employees, or agents acting on behalf of and for the benefit of the corporation, partnership, or other business.
Corporate crime refers to situation where corporate officials commit criminal or harmful act for the benefit of the corporation.
Environmental crimes, a violation of criminal law which, although typically committed by businesses or by business officials, may also be committed by other person or organization entities and which damage some protected or otherwise significant aspect of the natural environment.
Environmental crime. Ang environmental crime is an illegal act which directly harms the environment o yung mismo environment natin yung ginagawa ng krimen o ginagawa ng masama. These illegal activities involve the environment, wildlife, biodiversity, and the natural resources.
Occupational crimes, any act punishable by law which is committed through opportunity created in the course of an occupation that is legal.
Occupational crime. So, ito naman yung crime na that is the committed through opportunity created in the course of the legal occupation.
Occupational crime classification.
Organized occupational crime. These are the crimes committed for the benefit of the entire organization. In such instances, only the organization or the employer, not individual employee.
Occupational crimes refers to any crime conducted at a workplace. Usually includes massive corruptions or employment risk. It is just not only exclusive to private corporation employees. Government official corruption is indeed regarded
State
as a
authority
category
occupational
of
crime.
crime.
It is the crimes by officials through the exercise of their state-based authority, such as is the occupation is specific and can only be committed by a person in public office or by working for such persons.
Who are not associated with the institution.
Professional occupational crime. It is the crime by professionals in their capacity as professionals. The crimes of physicians, attorneys, psychologists, and the like are included here.
Professional crime is committed by those in all walks of life, using their legitimate employment as an opportunity for crime. It is a white-collar crime committed by an individual or group of individuals exclusively for personal gain.
Individual occupational crime. It is a crime by individuals which include income tax evasion, theft of goods and services by employees, the filing of false expense report, and the like.
Individual occupational crime. These are crimes by individuals as individuals for profit of other gain. Some of the example of this crime are stealing company equipment and filing false expense reports would fall into this category. This crime encompasses all remaining offenses not encompasses by the other three categories.
Occupational crimes also refer to
occupational crime committed by the one who does not think for himself as a criminal and whose major source of income is something other than crime. For example, gumawa ng copyright, pandaraya, pagnanakaw ng mga serbisyo at pag-default sa mga pautang. Dahil ang mga krimen na ito ay ginawa ng mga kagalang-galang na mga tao. Ang mga kriminal na na pang vocational ay madalas na hindi naisip bilang isang malaking deal. Corporate crime committed by one corporate officials for their corporations and the offenses of corporation and the corporation itself. Ang mga krimen sa korporasyon ay mga krimen na nagawa alinman sa isang korporasyon o alinmang mga empleyado ang isang korporasyon. Ang mga halimbawa ng mga krimen sa korporasyon ay kasama ang maling mga paghabol, paglabag sa mga batas na kapaligiran, pandaraya sa korporasyon, mga paglabag sa antitrust at bribery.
Economic crime, illegal activity that principally involves deceit, mispresentation, concealment, manipulation, breach of trust, and illegal circumvention. For example, illegal activity na pangunahing nasasangkot sa pandaraya, maling paglalarawan, pagtatago, pagmamanipulate or pagmamanipula, paglabag sa tiwala, at illegal na pag-iwas. Sa makatuwid, ang krimen sa ekonomiya ay sumasakot sa isang malawak na hanay ng mga pagkakasala. Mula sa mga krimen sa pananalapi na nagawa ng mga bangko, pag-iwas sa buwis, illicit capital havens, paglalabas ng salapi, mga krimen na ginawa ng mga pampublikong opisyal tulad ng panunuhol, pandarambong, at influensya ng trapiko. Organizational crime, illegal actions na taken in accordance with operative organizational rules that seriously harm employees or the general and public. For example, organisadong krimen, komplikado ng lubos na sentralisadong mga negosyo na itinatag para sa hangarin na makasala ang illegal na gawain. Ang nasasabing mga samahan ay nakikinahog sa mga pagkakasala tulad ng pagnanakaw ng parlamento, pandaraya, pagnanakaw at pang-aagaw para sa pantubos at paghingi ng mga pagbabayad na protection tulad ng kidnapping. Upper world crime, law-breaking acts committed by those who, due to their positions in the structure, have obtained specialized kinds of organizational slots essentials for the commission of these offenses. Sabi dito ay mga batas na paglabag sa batas or mga batas sa paglabag sa batas na ginawa ng mga tao dahil sa kanilang posisyon sa estruktura ay nakakuha ng mga dalubhasang uri ng mga puwang sa trabaho na mahalaga para sa pagsasagawa ng mga pagkakasalang ito.
These are some examples of white-collar crimes. Bank fraud, to engage in an act or pattern or activity where the purpose is the defraud the bank of funds. Kaya kapag nag-withdraw tayo, kailangan nating maging maingat sa bawat transaction kahit hindi natin mamalayan na nakukuha na pala ang ating PIN. Blackmail, a demand for money or other consideration under threat to the body harm, to injure property, to accuse of a crime, or to expose secrets. Parang yung mga nangyari sa Facebook. Akala natin sila yung nasa profile nila, but hindi naman pala. Nakuha lang pala sila ng impormasyon sa iba. Bribery, when money, goods, service, information, or anything else of value is offered with intent to influence the action, opinion, or decision of the taker. You may be charged with bribery whether you offer the bribe or accept it. Ito naman yung mga pagsusuhol, for example, sa mga products, sinusuhulan tayo para makuha ang product na pinag-aalukan. Credit card fraud, the unauthorized use of credit card to obtain goods of value. Ito ang pinakamahalagang ingatan dahil kapag nakuha at nagamit ito ng ibang tao, may karapatan tayong bayadan ng kanilang binili gamit ang iyong sariling credit card. Pero ang ibang store o mall ay nahingi ng valid ID. Weights and measure, the act of placing an item for sale at one price set charge, a higher price at the time of sale, a short waiting at item when the label reflects higher weight. Ito ang karamihan na problema ng mga mamimili sa palengke. Hindi lahat ng binibila natin ay tama ang timbangan. Yung iba naman sobrang taas magpresyo. Kaya nagpatupad na magkaroon ng timbangan ng bayan na kung saan pwede po ipatimbang sa kanila kapag mali ito, ay agad na lang pupuntahan ng inyong pinagbilihan.
Dealing with white-collar crimes.
Dealing with white-collar crimes, Gary Green pointed out that professional criminals would probably continue to enjoy immunity from prosecution. Hence, they are unlikely to be deterred by sanction or threat and are unlikely to be formally disqualified by their professional organizations. they will therefore feel free to continue or begin their activities. Para pong sinasabi po ni Gary Green says that professional criminals are not afraid from prosecution. Ayun po, kasi po, yung mga professional criminals, they have connection, power, influence. Kaya po, hindi po sila basta-basta na po-prosecute. And they are not threatened that they will be disqualified from their professional organizations. Kaya po, tinutuloy lang po nila yung mga illegal activities nila because they are not afraid that they will be removed from their professional organizations. That's why James W. Coleman suggests 4 areas of reform. The first reform is the ethical reforms. Reform includes such things as working to establish stronger and more persuasive modes of business ethics. Courses in businesses might be offered in universities, and ethical corporations could school their employees in right livelihood. So the first is the ethical reforms. Ito pong ethical reforms is it aims to establish stronger po, at saka po sinasabi po dito na mas organized na business ethics para po maiwasan yung white collar crime, or yung courses in businesses ay dapat ay na-offer sa mga universities. And then yung mga ethical corporations po, or yung mga company or corporation, ay kailangan po nilang maituro or train their employees in right livelihood, or kung paano po yung fair na pamumuhay po sa lipunan na hindi po papasok sa illegal. Ayun po yung kailangan nilang ma-practice. Okay, the second one is the enforcement reforms. Reforms center on the belief that white-collar criminals must be punished, but also include such things as better severely funding for enforcement agencies dealing with white-collar crime, and insulation of enforcement personnel from undue political violations. So dito po sa second one, enforcement reforms aims that white-collar criminals must be published, or kailangan po mapagandaan and mapagplanuhan kung paano po ma-avoid. So, ini-include po dito to how to prevent the white-collar criminals is having a severe funding for enforcement agencies. Or yun po yung para po sa ating kapulisan, they have enough salary. Ayun po, may tamang pong sahod yung mga kapulisan natin, kaya po hindi po sila masyado nag-commit ng white-collar crimes because they are financially paid ng gobyerno, nababayaran po sila. Yun po, para po, kaya po kailangan magkaroon ng sapat na budget for enforcement agencies is para po iwasan yung mga enforcement personnel na mag-violate ng law, or yung ayun po, sumama po sa mga white-collar crime.
Structural reforms. This involves the basic changes in corporate structure to make white-collar crime more difficult to commit, such as selective nationalization of firms that have long records of criminal violations. So dito naman sa structural reforms, ito yung mga taong may mga matagal na records na sa presinto. And lastly, the political reforms. It is focused on eliminating campaign contributions from corporations and businesses, but also include the level of fairness in determining government grants and contracts. The government must serve as a police itself. This includes the enforcement of laws and the regulation of the activities of elected officials and administrative personnel.